Hey there YouTube, just want to make a quick video on this pack right here. This is the North Face Shadow 40+10. This is the large, the extra large. And that's because even though I'm only 5'8", I have a longer torso which measures about 21 inches according to REI. But when I measured it, originally it was 22 inches. So let's just say 21 inches on my torso, and that's very important. The first backpack that I ever had, the person that was helping me out based it on my height and not my torso length. So if you're a shorter person, doesn't mean you're going to have a shorter torso. And make sure that the torso length is correct, because it's very important that you have the support from the hip belts all the way to your shoulders. If the torso length is too short, you're going to carry the weight on your shoulders, because once you bring it all the way up, the hip belts will be all the way up here. If it's going to be too long, your hip belts will be here, and the shoulder straps will be way too high, and it's going to sort of squish your spine, and it won't give you enough support. And the bag sort of tilts backwards as you walk, and you're going to be off balance. So this backpack's supposed to be a 40-liter pack, and I'm just going to prop it up on my knee because I don't have anything set up. It's supposed to be a 40-liter pack that extends up to 50 liters, but I think it's much larger than that. So let me see. But anyway, I've got quite a bit of stuff in here. Regardless, it was able to carry my Big Agnes UL2, all my down layers, even some extra synthetic layers. I packed a little bit too heavy for this. It only went down to 32 degrees, but last year around the same time it went down all the way to 28, so I just wanted to make sure that I was able to sort of get through the night and be comfortable. And I was definitely comfortable, and I will be doing a review on the other things that I brought along. But this is it, fully packed, and that's with the clothes that I also wore. So let me take those out and show you how the pack looks when it's in the 40-liter configuration. So it's a roll top with a cinch internal sort of bag. And you have also a compression strap on the top right here. And you just pull that in. So you could have your, if you like closed cell mats, you could roll it up on the top. And so this is how it would be once you have it sort of on the compact side. But as you can see, I was able to have more space. And the hip belts are fairly minimal. You've got a pretty thin strap right there, but the padding is very adequate, and you've got nice pockets. You could fit some Gatorade chews or maybe some small protein bars there. It has a whistle on the sternum strap, and as you can see, this pack just fits me perfectly. Hip belts are right here, shoulders are over here, main shoulder straps are here, and I've got some load lifters as well. My only problem with this is that it does not have side pockets, so you would have to either use a hydration pack, or in my case I wound up just using a Vapor 1 liter collapsible bottle. So I hooked that up onto the load lifter, and I was just drinking from it. And well, this pack was made for climbing, but I really like the concept, and also the price wasn't too bad. Retails for $180, but I was able to pick it up for $145. And I really like the concept that you could strip it down. The hip belt is removable. It's got it's got Velcro right here, and you could take that off. You could also take off the padding on the hip belt and just have the webbing. so you can have just a belly belt, so you can remove all that. And the pack weighs 2 pounds 8 ounces in the 40+10 extra large, and supposedly 2 pounds 4 ounces if you got the small to medium. It strips down to 1 pound 10 ounces on this particular version. So I really like it. It's highly water resistant. I've carried this out on rainy days. It's not really waterproof, but for all intensive purposes, it's pretty much waterproof for what I do with it. When I'm around town, I use the Gossamer Gear pack liner on the inside, and it works really well. It's got a sort of a top pocket right here. It does not have a lid, and it has a top pocket that's pretty spacious enough. So I'm going to take everything out, and again I'll do a review of what's in there in another video. Just got back. I really need to help my wife clean up as well. She also went hiking, so we're just trying to get everything sorted out. And it also has a waterproof pouch on the inside. Got watertight zippers. I guess you could say water resistant, because you can't really, if you could see this, there is a watertight zipper, but it doesn't zip all the way to the end. So I would have to say, even though the bag is waterproof and seam taped, the water could leak in there, but it will keep your electronics pretty safe in the event that you had rain, but definitely won't keep them safe if you took a dunk in the river. And this bag is removable. So this is the bag, and again you can strip it down. So you've got that extension, or you could just roll it down real nice. And I'll show you the bag. I've been able to carry this with very little stuff, and I think that's the great thing about this bag, is once you collapse it all the way, once you've stripped it down, it still carries really well. Unlike some bags where even when you strip it down, it's still really bulky, like the Kelty Red Wing, which was the first pack that I've ever really taken backpacking. And that pack will stay bulky pretty much all the time, and it's also very heavy at 3 pounds 4 ounces. And it's great for organization, but it's a little bit heavy and it's a little bit bulky, where it's not very versatile, unlike this bag, which you could carry around town. You could strip the belt, you could do all sorts of stuff with this. The only problem is it doesn't have side pockets, which really does kind of hurt it for most uses. And I'm going to email North Face, even though they're not so friendly with suggestions as far as I've experienced. And I'm going to recommend that they make a backpacker's version of this. North Face, if you're out there and you're listening, or if you see this, please try to consider that if this backpack was to some capacity made for the ultralight backpacker or lightweight backpacker, with just the addition of mesh pockets, that this would sell way more than the way it's selling right now. What ultralight backpacker would not want a 2 pound, 2 pound 4 ounce or 2 pound 8 ounce backpack that's 40 liters to extend to about maybe 60, in my opinion, instead of the 50 that they're saying, with the ability to also remove the internal frame, which I'll show you right now. So it's got a very nice internal frame, also very lightweight, but very good at transferring the weight to your hips. and I carried about 25 pounds total in this backpack, you know, 23 to 25 with food and water, with a 14-pound base weight. Again, I traveled a little too heavy, but we did go down to 32 degrees, and I just came off from hiking with ultralight backpacking, and I also had a cold, so I just kind of wanted to be safe, and wasn't really feeling that great and didn't really want to take the risk of getting too cold out there. I did wind up overheating, and I will do a review on the Revelation 40 by Untitled Equipment in my next video, and maybe some corrections on the pack weight. I did wind up carrying an extra down jacket. I was planning just to carry a synthetic insulation. So anyway, this video is getting a little too long. I just wanted to sort of make a quick review of the backpack. So thank you very much for watching. Bear with me, that's just kind of sort of a spontaneous, impromptu, and really no planning on that. I just had the pack opened up and I was going to take everything out anyway, and I wanted to see, wanted to show the viewers how big this backpack could get and how small it could get, and so forth. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll sort of give you a rundown on the things I brought. I really should have just stuck to about 13 pounds, maybe even 12, and it would have been safe enough down to 32 degrees, even down to 25 degrees on the 13 pounds. Definitely with the 14 pounds, the 1 pound of extra down top, I brought along the Montbell anorak and Montbell down pants with the goose down, the socks, I forgot his name now. Anyway, the goose down socks with the Montbell down anorak and down pants. I would have been able to go down to almost let's say 10 degrees, maybe even 0, with all that gear. So I guess I overpacked, but again, it was a very enjoyable experience, and basically the last day camping in the recreation center we usually camp at. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.